Hi everyone, I am back today with another layout process inspired by this very long quote I found on Pinterest. It says, "Love your parents. We are so busy growing up, we often forget they are also growing old." So, my idea for this page was to use these three sets of fonts in the middle and then to stamp behind on the background these, these other letters. So, I wanted to highlight just a couple of words that were in the quote itself. I did okay with stamping and it took forever, which is why stamped um, I stamped off screen there. And I stamped it in, I believe it's soft sand. And the font is a stamp set from Studio Calico from way back when. So I have two pictures here, and I believe that is a 2-inch circle punch, and I'm just arranging it to kind of fit behind the quote there to kind of, to kind of make it a part of the actual page itself. I went ahead and I adhered all of the letters there, parents growing and then the other growing. I adhered it with glue because I knew that it would be coming off the page at some point. They're super, super old thickers, and I believe the one in the middle is by Making Memories. I don't know. There's like I said, they're so old. Uh, Speaking of old, these butterflies are by Making Memories. They are from a collection called, I believe, Paper Reverie or Reverie, something like that. And it had different colors in the different types of sets. I believe there was of three different kinds of colors that were roughly around the same theme. So I went ahead and adhered them with some, or some, I didn't do it with glue dots. I did it with a glue gun. And then kind of lifted up the edges of their wings to kind of give it some dimension. And in the centers here, I am placing down some more embellishments from that particular collection. It's wouldn't want to say they're enamel dots, but they're kind of like a matte color enamel dot, I would say. This set came with different size jewels or bling and different size of these matte colored um, enamel dots, plus I believe those jeweled brads as well. So I'm going to add something to the center of every single flower, and then butterfly. Depending on what size it was, I went with either the enamel dot or these jewel brads that I actually cut the prongs off. Since I had used the glue gun to place the butterflies down in the first place, I didn't want it to tear because they're a little bit thinner than just regular cardstock. So I went ahead and like I said, I cut off the prongs for the brads, and then I attached them to the centers of the butterflies with some glue dots. Kind of just doubled them over so that so it would fit there. Adding the last bit of those there and then popping them up. My next step, I believe, is adding the journaling right there in the bottom between oh, no, yes, is that what I'm doing? Sorry. So I'm adding the journaling with a American Crafts pen, and it's in roughly the same color that the stamped letters are in, which I liked since I didn't want it to pop. I really wanted the quote itself to stand out. So it's just a little bit of journaling about how important my kids' grandparents are to them and how much they're important to us. Super sweet. National National Grandparents Day is actually next Sunday, so I gave this to them early just because I happened to see them recently. So this was meant for Grandparents Day next Sunday. So I'm going to add the journaling and finish up with that, and then I'm going to stamp the date right next to the word old, and I'm going to pull out a few older stamp sets again to finish off the date there. It's going to be a Lawn Fawn calendar stamp, and oh no, it's not a calendar stamp. I'm sorry, that's from the last page I did. This is an old month stamp from Studio Calico. It's the outline, and they're really itty bitty. Um, they're tiny stamps with the month itself. And then these are this font is from Lawn Font, and I'm just using the numbers to go at the very end for the date. I really like the Lawn Fawn fonts because you can line them up and not have to worry about it. So I'm going to stamp that there and add the little comma and then be done with that. And then finally add some sequins from my stash. It wasn't part of the kit, and it's a matte gold, I believe, a matte gold type of sequin. All right, finishing that up there. And then I am going to add my kids. Both of them are in the picture, so I'm going to add both of their ages on either picture. I originally wanted to use this orange alpha set from October Afternoon. However, I think I was out of a number, so I had to pull out a different one. And this one works just as well. It's a wood grain pattern, and I have definitely not used it as often because I really like it, and of course I'm sitting here hoarding it, but I know I need to use it more. So I am going to finally cut off the branding strip there. The background paper is also from that same collection, Making Memories, Paper Reverie. This is also from the collection. It is a set of tape, I believe, yes. So this is a glitter tape. There's a like glitter bling in the middle as well, and then on the other side is just a tape. But I'm gonna go ahead and take the glittery tape and attach it to a strip of 1-inch paper so that I can easily maneuver it around where I need it to go. I'm going to add it to the top and the bottom of the page, but behind the background paper. So I'm going to go ahead and line that up and cut it off so that it doesn't hang off the edge. Kind of gives it a little bit more interest instead of just a regular long or a regular border around the entire page. I like doing the borders around the page, and because the the quote takes up a lot of the page, I didn't want to cut it down any more than what it was. So this was a nice substitute for how I like to do my pages. I'm going to head and distress that little curve there on the side or on the bottom, and then I'm going to attach that glitter tape behind it. As much as I like distressing, I don't like the mess that it makes, but I really like how it turned out on this page and how like I said, the glitter just adds a little bit of an extra interest to everything overall. So I'm just going to line it up there. Add the last one, and I believe this is my last step. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye!